What a great day it is, everyone! Today, I am assigned to report the first part of Debit Order Number 43, Series of 2015, also known as Revised Guidelines for the Basic Education Research Fund, or BERF. Let's begin with the rationale. The primary reason of the existence of BERF is the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, also known as Republic Act 9155, because it requires the Department of Education to develop policies and mechanisms to continuously improve the quality of basic education in the Philippines. In this debit order about BERF, we can find the research management guidelines that provide guidance in the management and conduct of research initiatives at the national, regional, schools division, and school levels to further promote and strengthen the culture of research in basic education. This policy also covers instructions for eligible DepEd employees in availing of research funds. Here are some terms defined for better understanding of BERF. First is action research. It is a process of systematic, reflective inquiry to improve educational practices or resolve problems. Second, BERF, that is a grant provided by DepEd to support education research. Next, conflict of interest. It refers to situations where personal interests may affect research judgment. Next is cost sharing. It refers to funding a portion of the estimate through another fund source. Culture of research. This is the regular exercise of systematic inquiry to improve program and policy development and implementation. Education research. It is the study of education, learning processes, and factors that shape outcomes. Next is fraud. It refers to a deliberate form of deception intended to result in financial or personal gain. Grant. This is the amount provided by DepEd or any organization or government agency for the purpose of conducting research. Grantee, that refers to an individual or a group who has received a research grant. Next is lead proponent. The lead proponent refers to an individual who will coordinate with the Secretariat on administrative and financial matters. Next is plagiarism. We all know it's an intellectual theft. Proponent or proponents, an individual or group that submitted a proposal for a research grant. Referencing. It refers to citing the authors or documents used in the research. Research managers. These are the individuals or the office that oversees research initiatives. And lastly, research proposal. It is a document which provides the details of a proposed study. Now for the policy statement. DepEd hereby establishes the research management guidelines to provide guidance on the research management processes and the roles and responsibilities of research managers in the central, regional, schools division offices and schools. This policy also further improves the mechanisms in availing of and utilizing available resources for research, as well as related initiatives with external stakeholders. For fund and research management, all regions will be provided with funds to support the approved proposals and conduct of related activities. In our experience, after we submitted the proposal to the division office, it was then forwarded to the regional office for approval. And when it was approved, we were then given funds for our research. And second, research proposals must be in line with the Basic Education Research Agenda, which is found in Debit Order Number 39, Series of 2016. In this debit order, we can find the themes for research. There are 4 themes that are suggested for you to study. First is teaching and learning. It refers to the subjects taught in the classroom. Somebody can study about English, about math, about science, and other subjects. The researcher can also study about child protection. Next, human resource development or governance. And additionally, there are 3 cross-cutting themes. Researchers may also want to study on gender and development, disaster risk reduction and management, and inclusive education. For those who wish to apply for a BERF grant, they may want to implement their research in the national level. That means to say, they need to have at least 2 regions to participate in the research. And the maximum amount for the grantee is 500,000 pesos. The maximum year of the implementation is 1 year. If somebody wants to cover the region, the researcher has to consider at least 2 divisions to participate. The same goes with division. There should be 2 districts participating, and the same goes with the district. There should be 2 schools participating in the research. And from the region, division, or district level, the maximum amount of grant is 150,000 pesos. And the duration of the research should be within 1 year. If the researcher wants to implement it in the school level, the maximum amount for grant is 30,000 pesos. And the maximum duration of the research is 6 months. Now here are the eligibility requirements for the proponents. All regular teaching, teaching-related, and non-teaching personnel of the DepEd are eligible to avail, provided they meet the following eligibility criteria. First, proponents are regular or permanent teaching or non-teaching personnel of DepEd. Second, proponents have no pending administrative case. Third, proponents have not yet availed of the grant for the given year. And lastly, there is a maximum of 3 research team members for group proposals. Now, if you have been given the grant, here is the list of non-eligible activities and expenditures. First, equipment. Researchers are not allowed to use the grant to buy computer or printer. Second is software. The money from the grant should not be used to buy software like SPSS or any software they need for the research. Next, the research grant should not be used for salary, overtime pay, or honorarium for resource persons, statisticians, and other service providers. And the money should also not be used for utilities, office rental, and all overseas travel and all items not included in the approved research proposal. That's everything for my part. My partner will continue the discussion on Basic Education Research Fund or BERF. Thank you so much.